What's going on, YouTube? This is your boy Tatted Collector. It is the first weekend in August. Summer is almost over. Thank God. It is so hot here in Southeast Georgia. I can't take much more of it. So, without further ado, you know what time it is. It is time, once again, to go game hunting. So you ready? Let's go! Okay folks, so the pawn shop is having a sale on their $1 DVDs today. They marked them all down to 50 cents. So I picked up some titles I knew would flip easy. Found some out of print and rare titles as well. So there's about $16 worth of DVDs here. Some of these go for $10 or more, such as Naked States. The Last Broadcast is a rare out-of-print DVD. Goes for $20 or more. Let's see, the Jackie Chan Beginnings down here goes for around $10. This Minions movie is brand new sealed. What else do we have here? The First 20 Million, that's another rare out-of-print title. Goes for around $10. So I'm picking all of these up for 50 cents each, 16 bucks. And then I found The Princess Bride on Blu-ray. I love that movie. If you've never seen that movie, I highly recommend it. And then I found two PS2 titles. The case on this SSX Tricky is pretty wrecked, but I've got spare cases, so no big deal there. And they always have their PS2 games for $2. And I've got this loose disc. So now I've got the case for it, and I can sell my my loose disc. So that's $2 as well. So I pick up stuff like this that I can easily flip on eBay to put more money into my pocket going towards the game collection. So this is another one of my little side hustles right here. All right, on to the next. Alright folks, so just leaving the pawn shop and picked up Madden 64 and Troll on the PS4 for $7.28. Everything in the pawn shop is 15% off today. So not too bad. I didn't have Madden, I am going for a complete 64 set. So on to the next. Okay, folks. So we're here picking up some N64 games for 40 bucks. Going to be adding several titles that I don't have into my collection. Hey, man.
You guys didn't want the controllers too, did you?
Oh, I didn't know you had the system.
I do, but since they took that piece off, my kids, it hasn't been working, so that's basically why I'm getting rid of all this too. But yeah, I have the system. You know what? I'll just give you the whole box for 50, even if you wanna even it.
Let's see what I got on me.
Everything, all the games were working before.
So what's not working on it?
Well, they took the front part off, and I think this just ended up. I don't know. It goes to a black screen basically.
Okay.
Yeah, the controllers work and all those games work. I did have it in my garage for a second. Took everything out.
Yeah, I got this.
Sorry about the. Everything was working prior to the system. I got a game pack right there. See, that's the rumble pack.
Yeah.
Both controllers work fine.
Sounds good. Now your steering wheel, I wouldn't be so much interested in, but everything else I'll take off your hands.
This is a transfer pack.
Okay.
You want to take it with you? Or either way.
I mean, if you want to throw it in.
Yeah, I'll throw it in there. I mean, if you don't want it, that's fine. I can put it back inside. But
Nah, it goes to it. So yeah, I'll take it. Do you have anything else other than this stuff?
We have a, I'm selling an Xbox right now.
An Xbox?
A regular Xbox. I know a lot of people like to convert them now because you can convert them into basically the old like Atari.
Yeah, you can mod them pretty easy.
Right. So I'm selling that right now.
I hope my buddy collects too. I don't think he's paying attention. Come here.
I got.
All right, well, cool. Here's 50 for the whole box.
I'm trying to, because right now I'm about to move. I'm moving here in probably 6 months to a year, so I'm trying to get rid of all the clutter and stuff like that.
All right.
So I just sold my other PlayStation 4 because I had two of them. I bought one of the new 4K ones, and then like I said, I got the Xbox in there. I don't know if you guys have a Wii system or not.
I have a Wii.
I have the Wii U, but most of these Guitar Hero Live. We have the guitars for sale too for Guitar Hero and Rock Band. But like I said, I'm going through all the clutter now.
So,
Kinda.
you got cash?
I do.
All right, so here's my 3 for my copy. There's 2. And
Eden, go open the door for me, buddy.
3.
I don't see any Wii games that I need.
And
Do you want to look through them?
hold this. I want to look at the PS2 game.
And I also have, and if for some reason, which like I said, I tested all of them
That's 3 for the other.
last year, but
All right, so just picked up WarioWare loose disc on the GameCube. 2 copies of Super Smash on the GameCube for $3 each. And just got this whole box here with an N64, 2 controllers, a transfer pack, rumble pack, 11 games, and a steering wheel for 50 bucks. On to the next.
There you go.
Awesome, thanks. Appreciate the hookup on that.
See that little thing?
Thank you. Snatch it up. Thanks, man. You too. Okay, folks, so I'll show you what I got in there for 4 bucks. Alright, so in this bag I got a loose copy of Mortal Kombat 4. found this Mario Kart Super Circuit little game. Really neat. And then got a Nintendo 64 Power Pack, a GameCube Power Pack, and the Mario Paint mouse. Not bad for $4. I'll take that one. $2. Okay, folks, I don't know if you heard the guy inside the pawn shop, but he was asking $2 on NCAA basketball 2010. This is the last year that NCAA basketball came out. This game still goes for 22 to 26 bucks all day. So always be on the lookout for this disc. All right, folks, on to the next. For
maybe somebody had to take them. Probably stuck them in with the other one and paid for one and got two. You know, out of 20.
how much you say?
$10.
$10. There you go. Appreciate it.
Yep, thank you.
Okay, YouTube, we are back in the kitchen and we've got a lot of stuff to go over. I've got a whole box, once again, full of retro stuff, quite a bit of games, and I've also been picking up a ton of DVDs and Blu-rays, and I'm going to tell you why. I've been picking these up for stupid dirt cheap, but as I'm sitting here on YouTube watching other collectors and other pickup videos and following my friends and finding out, what they're picking up, I'm also getting other related channels and other related videos popping up in my feed. And so I've been checking them out, and several of these videos talk about out of print DVDs and Blu-rays and what to be on the lookout for, because a lot of these can go for good money. And if you can pick up DVDs for stupid dirt cheap and they're still selling for 15, 20 on up, then pick them up and flip them, because that's money that you can use to go right back into your collection. And so that's what I've been doing. I've been paying attention. I've been doing a lot of research on eBay and looking stuff up. I probably spent over an hour one day in a pawn shop just looking up random titles that I never even heard of, and I found some good stuff. So I do have a small clip that I'm going to show you that goes briefly over those Blu-rays and DVDs and what to be on the lookout for. So go ahead and take a look. Here you go. Okay, folks, so I'm going to go over some of these DVDs and Blu-rays that I picked up during the week. And you're like, Tatted, this is a live video game hunting channel. You know, this is a live video game hunting episode. Why are you showing us DVDs? Well, because this can turn into easy cash that you can apply towards more video games and collecting. So I'm just going to real quickly and briefly go over some of these and what to be on the lookout for. A lot of these DVDs I got for 50 cents each at the pawn shop. Normally they're $1, which is still a fantastic price for some of these. But the pawn shop is having a sale for 50 cents on all of their $1 DVDs. Now their series here, their complete series, they had each of these for $5. But I'll go over those in a minute. But all of these are $1 DVDs. And all of these were $1 DVDs. A couple of them were $1.50 because I've got them from a different pawn shop, but we'll still go over that in a second. And for Blu-rays, I didn't pay for more than $2 for a Blu-ray. So, what to be on the lookout for? Well, I'm still learning what to be on the lookout for, but there are a lot of out-of-print rare DVDs that are just not being made anymore. And they still fetch good money on eBay. So I'm going to go over some of the highlights here. Now, in this big stack, there are some out-of-print movies, but they're not super rare and they're not going for, you know, an insane amount of money. But keep in mind, I only paid 50 cents each for these. So if I can get, you know, $8 here and $10 here, $9 here, and so forth and so on, well, then that's good profit margin. Naked States, I still believe it goes for over $12. I think 13 or 14 bucks. Minions was factory sealed, and so they're selling for $9 on eBay all day, factory sealed. You know, so $8.50 profit after eBay fees and PayPal fees and shipping. I should pocket, you know, $5 on it. So Howard the Duck is not out of print, but it's just a DVD that I do not come by very often, or a movie I don't hardly see very often, and I enjoyed that as a kid, so I went ahead and picked that up. Now on to the more pricier titles, and some of these blew my mind when I looked them up, especially one of these, and so we'll just go over some prices here. Now, all of these I got for 50 cents each, except this one right here, which I paid $1.50 for. But we'll start at the top. Mosquito Man, out of print horror movie, sells for $10. Now, when I tell you these prices, these are my prices that I have listed for on eBay. And when I list, I always undercut the lowest listing. So, $10. Pieces, $14.99, another out-of-print horror movie. Prom Night 2, out-of-print horror movie, $12.50. Little Monsters, I found 2 copies this week, $16.75. Willow, special edition. The Blu-ray and the DVD are both out of print, so definitely always be on the lookout for Willow. $12. Tales from the Crypt / Vault of Horror double feature from Midnight Movies goes for $13.99. Christie. Now, anytime you see Christie, the TV series, and you can get it stupid cheap, pick it up because it's out of print and it's highly sought after. Christie, A New Beginning, goes for $10, and this is the one that surprised me out of all of them. The complete series I got for $1.50. It sells anywhere between $40 to $60. Depending on condition. Mine is in very, very good condition, and so I've got it listed for $54.99. That is insane. When I found that, I was like, are you kidding me? The Last Broadcast is goes for $20, and Swamp Thing. Anytime you see anything Swamp Thing is usually worth some money, so I picked that up for 50 cents. It sells for $22.98. All right, on to the Blu-rays. Das Boot is a special Steelbook edition. I believe it goes for around $14-15. The Relic is an out-of-print Blu-ray and out-of-print DVD. The Blu-ray still fetches around $15. Hellraiser, now granted, I paid $2 for all of these, for each one. Hellraiser, I found 3 copies at the same pawn shop, and they sell for $10 each. That's Hellraiser Revelations. And then Clive Barker's Hellraiser. Cujo goes for around $15. That's the 25th Anniversary Edition Blu-ray. Paris is, I don't know how to pronounce that. Paris J. whatever. Is factory sealed. Spider-Man 3 is factory sealed. Bram Stoker's Dracula is factory sealed. And Blood, the Last Vampire, all factory sealed. I paid $2. They're going for more than $2 factory sealed, so I went ahead and picked them up. All right, so there is some of the money that I make reselling in order to fund the collection. Oh, let's talk about the series. So I paid $5 each for these. Tales from the Dark Side, $20 pre-owned. The Shield, the complete series, and there's like 29 discs in this thing. $29. I paid $5, and this sells for $29 is what I got mine listed for. Alright folks, so there is a little bit of education on some movies, a little bit of 101. Alright, back on to the games. Well, before we hit the games, I got another stack here that was left out. All of these are going into my personal collection. I am collecting superhero and horror movies, and just movies that have nostalgia to me, as well as The Big Bang Theory. I've got season 1, 2, and I picked up 5 and 6 this week. There's about 11 or 12 seasons now, but I'm finding them stupid cheap. I've not paid more than $1 per season. Silent Hill, definitely one of my favorite survival horror games ever made, and the movie was not half bad. I've been looking for it on Blu-ray, haven't been able to find it yet, but I did find it on DVD, so I went ahead and got it. Then we got The Princess Bride. Princess Bride is just a phenomenal movie. I love it. The Collector, Captain America, which one was that? The Winter Soldier. Deadpool, American Psycho, Paranormal Activity 3, and Spider-Man 2. Alright, all of these are going into my personal collection. All of these are for resale. Alright, back to the games. Okay, so on to the games, what everybody's been waiting for. Okay, we got quite a bit of game stuff here. We got a good box of retro stuff, and I went out to yard sales. I didn't find nothing at the yard sales this week. But I did find some stuff on Facebook Marketplace and thrift stores and pawn shops. Those were my 3 target areas this week. Also, a buddy of mine hooked me up with a couple of items. He hooked me up with an NES controller for the Classic. Very cool. Thank you, Billy. And he also hooked me up with Metropolis Mania 2. I did have the first one. I did not have the second one. And it is complete. And he also hooked me up with Subterranea on the Genesis. Complete. And so thank you very much, Billy. Actually, me and Billy are going to the convention together. And he's excited. I'm excited. We're going to have a good time. And there's going to be lots of video. Trust me. Alright, so at one pawn shop, I picked up a N64 game and a PS4 game. Now, this particular pawn shop sells all of their PS4 games for $6, so sometimes you can find something very good in there. This week, I picked up Troll and I. And because I am going after a complete N64 collection, I picked up Madden Football 64. Didn't have it. But I paid like $7 for all of that. Not too bad. Then on to another pawn shop. And I've got some more games. Hold on, I forgot to grab these. And these, if I can find them. Yeah, here they are. Okay, so I picked up on the PS Vita Shinobito 2 at the pawn shop. They were asking $2 each on their PS Vita games. And I also picked up Spider-Man, and it's around here somewhere. I cannot put my hands on it right now. So, but you did see it in the video. I picked up Spider-Man as well. Also, that same pawn shop went ahead and got Guilty Gear XX Accent Core on the Wii. This is not the expensive one. The expensive one is Guilty Gear XX Accent Core Plus. If you find the Plus complete for cheap, pick it up because it goes for really good money. Also, I picked up from the same pawn shop, it's in here somewhere, Toy Story 2. Now, you did see that it was wrecked. I mean, it was dirty. That back label is super wrecked, but I did clean up the cartridge, and that's going into the collection. Also picked up Family Guy UMD Video PSP. Now, this is Volume 1, Seasons 1 and 2. Very cool. I had not seen this. There's 5 UMD discs in here, so you got all the episodes on Season 1 and 2 right there, so that was really cool. Okay, and then I had a Facebook Marketplace score. This guy had his games listed for quite a while, and it was a bundle of N64 games for $50. And so what I'm going to show you here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, are these 11 games that he had listed for $50, which is it's all right. But when I show up to his house, we had agreed on actually $40 for all the games. But when I get to his house, as you saw in the video, this guy came out with a whole box full of stuff. And so he asked for $50 for the whole box. I jumped on it. I said, yeah, sure, no problem. I asked him if he had anything else. He said he had GameCube stuff, Xbox stuff, so I was definitely interested in the GameCube stuff. And so we bring out all of the GameCube stuff outside. He gets on the phone with his wife to call her to make sure it's cool to sell it. And she said, hey, I've already promised that GameCube and the games to someone else. Well, he had a stack of GameCube games in a little GameCube game case holder, and I'm sitting there flipping through all the games. He had 2 copies of Super Smash Bros. Melee and a WarioWare Inc. We asked him, I was with Billy that day, we asked him, hey man, can we just pick out a couple of games, and that'll leave plenty to go with this bundle. He said, yeah, sure. And so we got 2 copies of Smash Bros. Melee, disc only, for $3 each, and both of them worked. Now, I did have an empty Smash Bros. Melee case, so I went ahead and put my copy into that case. The 11 N64 games were Top Gear Overdrive, Pokemon Puzzle League, Brunswick Circuit Pro Bowling, WrestleMania 2000, Cruisin' USA, Quake, San Francisco Rush 2049, Pokemon Stadium. And there were 3 duplicates that I already had, so I'm just bundling this with everything else. And we've got Banjo-Tooie, Namco Museum, and Excite Bike 64. He also brought out, in that box was an N64 that he said did not work. He said his kids took out the jumper pack, and when they put it back in, it didn't work. Well, I brought it home and I cleaned it up. I took the jumper pack out, blew on it one good time, threw it back in, put a game in, and it turned right on. There ain't nothing wrong with this thing. So, got another N64 without the expansion cover. I don't know. That's all I'm finding. They never have the expansion covers. Also, there were 2 controllers. There was the Atomic Purple, and one that I did not have that I'm keeping in the collection is the Jungle Green. Fantastic series. And it had a transfer pack, a memory card, 256K memory card, a rumble pack with no battery cover, and then the AV cables and power cord. Also in that box, I'd never seen this thing, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it because I have no desire to keep it. Maybe I'll just throw it in the bundle because I do have this N64 cleaned and listed already for sale. But we got the N64 steering wheel. It's pretty neat, but I don't have any desire to keep it. And that was it. That was all from him. I ended up leaving that day paying him $56 because I do have, once again, I'm unprepared. I do have a loose disc copy of WarioWare that I picked up from him. And this was just a flipper for me. I really didn't want it because I don't have the case for it. So loose disc that's still worth 20 bucks. It has been tested. It does work. And so that's just going to help me recoup some of the costs that I spent that day. So I spent $56 with him for all of that. Not too bad at all. Then we hit up some thrift stores. And there was the power cable to that as well. Then we had some thrift stores, and I found some really good stuff in the thrift stores. So we went to one, and as soon as we walked in the door, laying right there on the floor was a basket full of cables and cords. So I started going through them all, and this guy had, for $1 each, the Super Nintendo mouse that goes to Mario Paint. I did not have that. And then there was an N64 power cable. There was a GameCube power cable. And then he had this little thing. Mario Kart Super Circuit. Little kids meal toy from Wendy's. Also, I picked up Mortal Kombat 4 from him. Another loose disc. It's over here in the shelf. I've already got it listed. That's going to help me recoup some of the cost. But you did see it in the video. I'm not getting up again. At Goodwill, I found for $2.99 a PS2 Slim power brick and AV cables. Also from that thrift store, no, from a different thrift store, I found Microsoft Xbox 360 composite cables, or HD cables, and a Wii power brick, and a Apple mouse, wireless mouse. That Apple wireless mouse had $2 written on it. It was also marked as is. And so I brought it home. I put some batteries in it. It links up to your computer through Bluetooth. So if your computer has Bluetooth, it'll link right up. So I linked mine up. It worked just fine. I listed it and it sold right here for 28 bucks. $27.99. Also picked up Patapon. I believe it's $27.99. $27.50. I don't know. I won't know until I look. But I also picked up Patapon, and I ended up spending like $5 at that thrift store. Then at the pawn shops. At the pawn shop for $2, I picked up a copy of NCAA Basketball 2010 on the PS3. Disc only. In a generic GameStop case. But this is the last NCAA basketball game made. And these still sell for 25 bucks. So I went ahead and snatched that up for $2. At another pawn shop, I picked up, I want to say it was, maybe I'm missing a game here. Well, shoot. Well, I picked up Monster High, New Ghoul in School. And this game still fetches $20 or more. Earth Defense Force Insect Armageddon. Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Tenkaichi. And I remember what it was. It was a Blu-ray. So I picked up these 3 games in the Blu-ray for $18. And selling that will recoup my money. Putting these 2 in the collection for free. At Lending Bear, at a different Lending Bear, I picked up the Toy Story 2, the Family Guy, the Wii, the 2 Vita games, and then I also picked up Street Fighter Tekken on the PS3, Terraria, a PS2 exclusive called Theme Park Roller Coaster. And that was complete. Deus Ex The Conspiracy. And then at the Lending Bear here in my hometown, I also picked up Sylphid The Lost Planet. I already found this loose copy this year. And now I found it with case. Still no manual. And SSX Tricky. And last but not least, if you don't know, McDonald's has Super Mario toys. So I picked up 4 of the Super Mario toys this week. And I still have 3 or 4 left to have the whole set. But I do have the first 4, 1 through 4. Folks, that's it. That's all I got for you this week. If you've enjoyed the content, by all means, please leave a thumbs up. While you're at it, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Hopefully something good and positive. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, by all means, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. While you're at it, hit the little bell icon next to it. When you do, you're going to receive a notification every single time I upload new content. I hope you have had a fantastic week. I know I have. I'm Tatted Collector, and have a good one.